what's up, you guys? My name is Cyrus Noah, and welcome back to LEGO Arts. Now, in the last episode, we did a showcase video of a custom LEGO Arrow. This time, we're continuing on a little bit more CW/DC. So this time, we're doing LEGO The Flash. This series is like the Arrow ones, has gone through multiple stages. So as you can see, we have Flash, Kid Flash, Reverse Flash, Zoom, The Rival, and Savitar. I've been working on these figures for quite some time. Some of these I did before season 4 of Flash came out, and then in a couple of them I updated after watching the Crisis of Earth X, because I wanted to give a couple of these guys an upgrade. Great. So as usual, we're gonna take these figures one at a time and see, and I'll show you guys what I've built. Alrighty, to start things off, of course, we have the Scarlet Speedster himself, the Flash, in his Season 4 costume / year 2024 future suit. Now, this suit is really cool. Well, I do like it on how CW decided to give Flash an upgrade after having the same suit for 3 seasons, a lot like the Arrow suit. It's on how he had the hood costume, and then got a little bit of an upgrade in Season 3, and then in Season 4, it got a completely new design, and it looks amazing. So, as you can see, these decals that were made are very well made. Oh, by the way, as usual, some of the decals that are shown here are not mine. They belong to other people. There are links in the description below if you want to check them out. So, let's take off his mask so you can see his face. Here we go. So, of course, we have a normal Barry Allen face. Nothing in the back. And here's his original mask. This Flash has gone through different phases. I was originally gonna make a completely new Flash suit. Like, I was gonna have his old suit still around, but trying to make a mask, it didn't exactly go according to plan, and things didn't really work out. So what I decided to do was instead take the current Flash minifigure that I had, repaint it, give it a new look and design, and I think it came out pretty well. So, there's articulation in the legs, which is very good, so I can put them in running positions. Same thing with the arms. Those are very nice as well. Well, and in general, I think this has to be the best Flash minifigure I've ever had to make. I'm hoping that this is going to be the last one, because like some of the other minifigures that I made with the Arrow sets, I've made it so many times to the point where it's just like, no more, please. No more. And since I have the Grant Gustin Flash, I'm not planning on doing in Ezra Miller Flash. I'm sure that he was a good Flash, but I'm not really looking to making that Flash. Okay, so now let's move on to the next minifigure. Next on our list is Wally West, aka Kid Flash. This minifigure I made after Season 3 of Flash. I was sitting at home one night, and I was thinking, like, what other minifigures could I make? So I decided to make a Kid Flash, and I gotta say, this suit looks pretty cool. And how I did this was, I took a decal, like a torso decal of Flash, like 2 different decals of Kid Flash. I remodified the face decal. There's supposed to be a face on the back, but I can't remove the hair. It's stuck on there, and I redesigned and recolored the torso. I had to look at a couple of photos that people uploaded of Kid Flash's costume, so I could get like the pants and the details in the arms, and the same thing on the back. But I think this looks pretty well. Okay, as you can see, there's articulation in the hands, a little bit in the feet. As usual, I can't really fully bend them, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, I want to keep the works in check. Also, we can see, like, he has his red wings, or lightning, in a way, on his hair. This was my original plan was, I was gonna get a Flash mask, cut the mask, and then remodify it, but Flash masks were kind of hard, and plus, I didn't want to ruin a good mask. Like, those masks are very well made, so what I did was, I took some molding clay instead, took a hairpiece that I thought would suit Wally pretty well, combined the two together, and did a little painting, and I think this came out pretty well. there's supposed to be a second face on the back, and the second face is supposed to be him, like, having an angry kind of face, like he's ready to fight. But the hairpiece, as you can see, it's slowly, it's sort of damaged the face, the front face, so I don't want to mess it up anymore. But yeah, that's Kid Flash. In flesh. Okay, so now let's move on to our next minifigure. Okay, next up on our list is Harrison Wells, aka Eobard Thawne, aka the man in yellow, and the man in the yellow suit, aka the Reverse Flash. Now, this minifigure, like Flash, went through different stages. This was originally a completely different figure, but this was actually, but the original one I made, I gave to my dad, when I did his Flash minifigures. So for this one, this is based off of the Crisis on Earth X scenario. So if you remember back when I did the Arrow episode, there'll be a link in case you haven't seen that one. But in case you've forgotten, I mentioned in that one, I'm technically done with the Earth X minifigures, but there's one that I'm saving for a different showcase. And this was the one minifigure that I'm saving for. I technically finished the Earth X minifigures, but I want to redo... but I want to make, like, my own version of one of the minifigures, so I'm saving this, so I was saving this for the Flash showcase video. And I gotta say, I kind of wish that this suit featured in the Earth X crossover, because it looks pretty cool. Well, it's on, like, a comic concept art that I saw on Facebook, but surprisingly, though, why they didn't put this in the crossover, I don't know, but... I wish they did, because it looks pretty cool. So, looking at this figure, as you can see, he has, like, his red eyes. I put them there to kind of give his effect as, like, his cool vibrating effect. And that looked really nice. He has the Reich symbol on his chest. This looks pretty nice. I don't think there's articulation in the legs. Yeah, only a little bit. I can't really do much there without damaging the figure. I believe there's articulation in the arms. Let's see. Yes, there is. He has a little articulation in the arms, which is pretty cool. Cool, and can I... Nope, I can't remove the mask, but that's okay, because I don't want to remove it. This looks pretty nice. Nice, and as you can see, the lightning bolts on the side. This was actually inspired by, if you played Injustice 2, the way on how Reverse Flash's mask is designed is that his lightning bolts go behind him, and I thought that looked pretty cool. So like Flash, I took some cardboard, I cut some lightning bolts out, I painted them, and then I glued them on, and this looks very nice. This looks very well made. Okay, so now let's move on to our next minifigure. Now, next up is Jay Garrick, aka Hunter Zolomon, aka Zoom. Now, this minifigure is one of my favorite villain minifigures I have ever made, because this looks so cool. Out of all the Flash villains, I really liked this one. This one was very, very unique. He looked very awesome. But I made this after Season 3 of Flash, or halfway through Season 2. But I wanted to make this minifigure here, and I wanted to make it very unique, because as you can see, like, the blue lightning. This was inspired by one of the first appearances of Zoom. Like, his eyes were blue, and his mouth was blue. So, I wanted to give, like, that blue lightning effect, which I think is pretty cool. Cool, and as you can see, detailing on the back, same thing with the arms. I believe articulation in the arms, yes there is. Little articulation in the legs. I can't really bend them forward without damaging the decals as usual. But with this decal, I made, like the Kid Flash one, I made this one, but I didn't take it like a template or anything. I went onto Drawcast, I took a template of like a plain decal, and then I brought up some photos of Zoom, and then I drew them out as best I could. This is probably not the most impressive Zoom you've probably ever seen, but to me, this is pretty nice. This looks pretty well. It's a lot like the Green Arrow minifigure that this was one of my favorites to draw. Okay, now looking at his head, you can sort of see the lightning bolts here on the side, and the way how the mask is designed was, I got this from an Age of Ultron set. Yes, Age of Ultron set, and I took one of the helmets, and I painted it up. I put on a little clay to give the mask effect, and Yeah, when that was done, everything looked pretty nicely. And this is actually where the head came from, in case you're wondering where I got it. And so yeah, this minifigure looks pretty well made, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. Okay, now let's move on to our next minifigure. Next on the list is Edward Claris, aka The Rival. Now, if you're wondering, like, why would you make a speedster that only showed up for 2 episodes? Well, reason was that I liked his suit. Like, when I made Ragman, the same reasons was because I liked his suit. It's very unique. And what I liked about it was, it was very much like a volcano kind of design. Like and there was orange lightning coursing, running through. Got a big lightning symbol, and the mask, it kind of looked like it was fused to his face, so it looked very nice. And this whole thing, it's not decals, it's completely hand painted. Like, everything you see on here, the lightning, the pattern, it's all acrylic. And good thing is that I can move the legs and the arms, and I can even move his head. Looks very good. His masks, though, the mask, I wished I could have modified a little bit better to make it more like on the show, but I did it the best I could. I didn't really care at the time whether or not I could remove it. I just wanted to get the mask on, so I took some clay and I carefully put it, sculpted the head out. It's almost as frustrating as trying to paint the face, like when you have a minifigure and rather than putting on a new decal face, like you have the face, you like the face, but you're not satisfied with the skin tone, so you want to paint it up. It's very difficult of trying to paint around the eyes and the mouth. The mouth, though, I had to take a pen and draw the mouth out. So, yeah, this minifigure was a little bit harder to do than some of the others, but I'm pretty satisfied with it. In general. I do like it. So, yeah, not really a whole lot to go on with this minifigure, other than that it's completely acrylic, that I've made this for fan reasons, and not really like, ooh, you should do this, or you should do that. This was completely fan-based for me. Alright, now let's move on to our last minifigure. Now, last but not least is Future Barry, aka Time Remnants Barry, aka Savitar, the God of Speed. Now, this was a very unique minifigure. Unlike some other minifigures I have made, I wanted to make this very unique. I thought that he was a lot bigger than originally intended. I saw some other people make Savitars that are like minifigure size, but I wanted to go on a different route. So what I did was like how I made Killer Croc, King Shark, and Bane in Doomsday, as well as Darkseid. I decided to get a little creative with them, make them a bit bigger and more movable. So let's look at this minifigure himself. So as you can see, like, we have some blue detailing that I tried to replicate of what I saw from the show. His head. I took a head piece that I wasn't using, I super glued it on top, and then I covered it with clay. Of course, he has his lightning. Same thing on the feet. His legs can also... His feet can move, as well as his legs. Like, this whole thing can move. So we can access his suit here. And why his hands are like this is I tried to make the best I could of, like, make them more like minifigure hands. Your hands. I think it came out close to good. As you can see, there's nothing really on his feet, because I had to build it like this. Whoa! Actually, yeah, okay, if we look at the sides, as you can see, he has his back. Mechanisms of how, like, to lower it out. And everything, it seems like pretty good. And, oh yeah, and one of the reasons why I chose to make Savitar like this is that let's position him down on his feet. Get him kneeling. Because one of the reasons why I made this suit was if we open up the back of it, as well as the sides a little bit, then pull you out, we get Time Remnants Barry with the messed up face and everything. His suit is kind of actually pretty simple. It's just black clothing and the face. So all I did really was just painted the minifigure and then painted on design. So this was another simple minifigure to make. But I think this came out pretty well. I think this came out pretty nicely. A little detailing on the back, but in general, I really liked this minifigure because it was definitely very unique. And I hope like some other people, they try to make their avatars very similar like this. That'd be very cool. Because I wanted to give that effect of like Evil Barry can come out of his suit whenever he wants. Can put it on. And shoot. I do have to super glue this a few times. To make sure that the parts stay in order and that they're not going off anywhere. So that's an only downside to this minifigure. Okay, if I could just get it. Okay. Shoot. Okay, I think this is the best I can do for now. There we go. Stay. But yeah, this is Savitar in general. And let's go ahead and wrap this video up. And that is it for this episode of LEGO Arts. Next episode, I'm planning on it to be another Kingdom Hearts video. If you haven't seen the first one yet, there will be a link below so you can check it out. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about these minifigures. If it inspired you to make your own minifigures, then good for you. If you want to make it in your own designs, like you don't want to follow what I did, then by all means, go ahead. Hey, but without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, comment below what you think, share this to your friends, subscribe for more content, and here's a howl for the road. Ow! Thank you guys, and I'll see you next time when the ice moon rises!